Lots of business advisors tell us that about the importance of diversifying your revenue stream. And this is very important. But unfortunately, almost no one ever talks about the best way to do that. So that's what this video is about. I'm going to talk very specifically about for you who is, I'm assuming that you are in the expert space, that you're a course creator, you're a coach, you're a consultant, you're a writer, you're a speaker, something like that, where you're selling your expertise. I'm also going to make the assumption that your primary offering is probably a course because it tends to be scalable, it's launchable, it's evergreenable. So what do we do to diversify our income stream from a course into other things to bring in additional income? So note when I say all this, diversification implies that you've got a primary source of income, but you also get some side sources of income that are bringing in additional income, just in case that first one ever goes south or something happens. Plus, it also gives you the ability to focus on other things, not just one thing in your life. Now, one of the things that we discovered in the business management world, when we started talking about this whole concept of diversification, is that many companies went out and you would have like a hospital company buying a farm or a trucking company or an airline or something like that. And it very quickly became apparent that that was not the right thing to do. That the solution to diversification was to do what we call stick to your knitting. Basically, what that means is that your company has assets. So you have a list, you've got positioning in the marketplace, you've got relationships, you've got traffic streams, you've got a social media following that's all based on what you do right now. And so if you jump too far aside, then you have to go build up all those things again for a different business. And what we discovered in the business management space is that it was a good idea not to go totally to a different business, but to look at how can I have an additional source of income from the assets that I currently have. Now, I realize that what I just said there is something that some of you are going, but wait a minute, that's not diversification of income. I'm going to show you how it is. And I'm also going to show you in the end some options to be able to go outside of your current business, your current list, positioning in the marketplace, and all those other things that are here on this slide. So unless you have abnormal company risks, so you've got potentially big legal risk where there might be somebody coming in and ripping your entire business away from you because of something legally, unless you've got maybe perhaps a partner who could be leaving you and making business go away. In other words, unless you've got something abnormal, then we recommend that you optimize those assets first in your company. So you're focusing on doing things that are consistent, basically that your current audience, that where you can optimize your current audience, you can sell to your current audience without having to go off and build an entirely new audience to be able to market to them. I hope that makes sense. And then what we recommend you do is that you use your personal investments to diversify industries. So your business focuses on this group of people, this group of assets that you currently have, and then you use the income that you take out of that to, hey, buy some shares in some airlines, buy some real estate, buy some Airbnb properties, do all those kinds of things so that you're getting out of just your sole income relying upon your current business. So we're going to start here by talking about some logical, related diversification options when you are a course creator in the expert space. All right. The first thing I recommend is that you add a high-end program or more than one. This is the most important addition that you can have. What we have found is that when you do this, this will likely replace your course as your number one profit contributor after a period of about 1 to 3 years. And what you'll find was you used to be in this course business And now you're in this high-end business. Your course becomes the thing, even if it's a $2,000 course, it becomes the low-end thing that sells your high-end product. And by the way, the other thing a high-end program does is this sets you up to sell more courses, both to the people who become part of that high-end program, as well as it gives you a back end for more courses. And so by having a high end that sits out here that says, okay, I'm going to help you with all this other stuff, you can then sell mainline programs that sell into that high-end program, and they do really, really well. And the other thing it tends to do is when you have a high-end program, it tends to attract amazing people into your world, especially when your high-end program has a mastermind kind of component where people are finding community. And so they come partially because of your amazingness and partially because of the amazingness of the community that you put together. So that's the number one diversification, is to create and sell a high-end program. Number two is affiliate marketing. Now, in this case, what we're talking about here is we're basically selling offers from other people to your list. So you're taking other offers of things that are related, directly related, and they're interesting to the people who are on your list, and selling those other offers and taking a commission on them. I will tell you, this is the quickest and easiest money you'll probably ever make, because oftentimes you simply have to write like 3 emails or 5 emails and set them up to go out, and you could potentially have $20,000, $30,000, $50,000 coming in if your list gets big enough. I've seen affiliate commissions go, hey, a lot bigger than that. And the other advantage of affiliate marketing for other people is that you can then get that partner that you affiliate promoted to promote your program, building your sales. So that's the second diversification, is affiliate marketing. Third is create a coaching program. Now, if you created your high-end program, you probably already hired some coaches to help you in that program. And so here's what you do. You say, why shouldn't I offer those services of those coaches to those who prefer one-on-one? Because in any market, there are people who prefer coaches, who prefer courses. There are people who prefer high-end programs, and there are other people who just want somebody to step in and answer their specific questions and tell them in a one-on-one relationship exactly what to do. If you leave out the coaching program portion, you are leaving money on the table, even if your other offerings are amazing and solid. I also recommend that every one of us have at least 5 one-on-one clients. This keeps your fingers on the pulse. It helps you refine your messaging and your systems. And hey, it can pay your basic living costs from day to day. And so you don't have to worry about that. Everything that's coming in, everything that you're doing is beyond your basic living costs. Okay, so that's the third, is to have a coaching program that you establish. Number 4 is sell more coaches. Hey, these probably ought to be related but not competitive to your core offering, stuff your current list will want to buy. So here's your core offering. Well, oftentimes there's another thing over here that your core that supplements or augments or is related to your core offering. Or maybe it's just something that your core list will also want to buy. So you don't have to go create a new list to do it. You just sell more stuff to your current list. Next is a back-end membership program. What's a back-end membership program? It's a membership program designed for those who already took your course but are not yet ready for the high end. So you've got your basic course. Let's say it's a $2,000 course, and then you got a $20,000 high-end program. There's a lot of people who might have taken your basic course who just haven't done it well enough yet to be able to afford your high-end. All right, this is where you have a back-end membership program to bridge that gap. Plus, the other thing a back-end program does is it allows you to keep them updated on what's happening, especially if you're in a market that is rapidly changing. A back-end membership is perfect to do that. Now, a back-end program is not going to be cheap. This is going to be a $97, $197, $597, $997 a month program, not a $19 or $29 program, okay? It's giving them continued access, and you can also include coaching in that. So oftentimes continued access Let's say your course has a call once every blank 2 weeks or so where you come on and answer questions. The back-end membership program can continue that process so that at the end of your course, you're saying, hey, like this, want more? Join my back-end my back-end membership program. And you can also include optionally coaching that. If you do, make sure you charge enough so you can afford to do that. All right, back-end membership program. Now, the antithesis to that is the front-end membership program. A front-end membership program sits before your course. And so it's for those people who are not yet ready to buy your core program. So you got your $2,000 course. You can layer in a front-end membership program that's maybe $29, $49 a month, something like that, to bring them in that they're not ready to pay a $2,000 yet, but they're interested in getting the transformation. They're just not ready to buy the whole thing. So make sure as you do this that you design it to give them wins and prepare them for your core program, but you don't give away too much. You don't ever want a front-end membership program that they're paying you $29, $49, somewhere around there, to make it so they feel like they don't ever have to buy your $2,000 program. That's just bad business to do that. Okay. So front-end membership program. Next, this is something that I had no idea 5 years ago would be here today. And that is a paid newsletter. Paid newsletters are all the rage right now. And what I encourage you to do is have these be a high end covering latest developments in the industry, or a low end showing initial building blocks to get started. So you got two separate options there. A high end where you're taking the people who are involved in the industry and you're giving them like the latest updates, or you're taking just for brand new beginners and it's lower cost. And basically you're giving the initial building blocks to get started. Now, some of that can be the latest developments in the industry, but you're focusing more on those building blocks. Number 7. Number 8 is tools or software as a service. That's what SaaS is. That capital S, 2 A's, and a capital S stands for software as a service. You use these all the time. Your email program is a SaaS. Your page building program is a SaaS. You probably have 5 to 10 SaaS things that you're paying for right now, maybe not even realizing what they are. Basically, what you're doing is you're selling people tools to help achieve the transformation that you offer. The beauty of these is that they can have a monthly source of revenue for you that just sits there, and every month the money shows up in your bank account on a certain day of the month. They can range from simple. They can be as simple as, here's a calculator, and you're just charging people for the calculator, all the way to complex with a full-scale page building program or video creation program or something like that. Now, if you're going to go with complex, I strongly encourage you to partner with the right people. You're probably not the programmer here. You're hiring or bringing in partnership people who have that programming expertise, and maybe you're the marketing expertise, or you're bringing the audience into this and they're doing the rest of the work. Many different ways you can structure this. I strongly encourage you not to be the programmer yourself unless that is what you do and what you love. Number 9 is a YouTube channel. So you're probably already doing videos for your business. What I'm suggesting you do is you actually start trying to get monetized in YouTube. So here's a key fact that many people don't recognize. It used to be that YouTube only showed ads on your videos when you were what quote monetized and allowed them to show ads. As of fourth quarter last year, that is no longer true. YouTube now can show ads on any video they want to. So here's the key. If you are currently having videos shown on YouTube, They are showing ads and making money from your videos already. Why shouldn't you monetize so you get a percentage of that? So now there's specific requirements to that and everything that I won't go into here. But this should be on your radar that you desire to become monetized so you can start to bring in this income. So what I'm saying here is this. You're probably already producing videos to help to market your core business. What I'm suggesting is that you actually move from just doing your informational videos that you are right now to really looking at what drives traffic in your niche on YouTube, and go create some videos specifically designed to basically go viral, to those things that drive traffic in your YouTube niche so that you can start getting a ton of traffic. And then what ends up happening is your videos that you're already producing, people will come into your world because of this viral video that you created, and then they will stick and stay in your world because of all this other amazing content that you've given that may not be edited as tightly, that may not have 14 different cameras and all these different things. But focus on what I'm saying is take what you already do and now go further by giving people these videos that are designed to go viral, very basically. So what you're trying to do here is get monetization plus the traffic that comes from that. All right. Number 10 is done for you services. In this diversification strategy, what you're doing is you're doing what you teach for other people. So if you teach, here's how to take a single video and put it out into 14 different places on social media, you actually have your team start doing that for other people. So you're taking your team, and you probably have to add some more to your team to do this. You've got a team who is doing it, and then you charge people for those services that are being done for there. So this is done for you service. Now, the next is do what you teach full bore. So this is the thing that always amazes me is the people who teach people how to flip houses, people who teach people how to do whatever, and they haven't got a team doing it themselves to do that. Oftentimes when that happens, they're making lot more money selling their teaching than they are doing it. And so what I'm suggesting here is, hey, sell your course, teaching people how to do it, but then underneath create a team that implements what you teach, and those people are full-time just doing that. So if what you teach is truly valuable and truly works, then you should be having a team doing it for yourself and taking those revenues for yourself, in addition to teaching people other people how to do it. Number 12, buy companies that do what you do. So basically what you're doing is you're going out and you're saying, who are my competitors? And probably you're not looking at your number 1 and 2 competitors. You're looking at your number 14 and 15 competitors that are less expensive, that are already doing at least a part of what you're doing, and buy that company and then improve their systems and then let them run. So you may not even you may go to a meeting once a month to see how they're doing, or once a quarter to see how they're doing. You either keep their current management and employees and everything else like that, or you put somebody in place that does that and you let them run after having taken and improving their systems with what you already know and what you do. And that this can also be what we call a roll-up opportunity, where you can buy 4 or 5 companies that all do it and combine them together, cut the things that are duplicative across them, so you can save costs, and then you've got a big company that you can sell later on, or you can do what we call multiple exits. So the day you sell your company is the day you will probably make more money than any day in the rest of your life. But if you've got multiple companies, you can sell multiple different companies at different days in your life. And so instead of having one big payday, maybe you've got 4 or 14 or 40. Think about that. Plus, the other thing that you can do is that this enables you, as you buy these other companies, you will have other products and services that you can sell to your existing list. Okay? All right. Number 13 is very related to number 12. You're buying your competition. Basically, what you're doing here is you're acquiring other companies that do what you do, and then you sell their products and services to your audience, and then you sell your products and services to their audience. Basically, what you're doing in buying your competition, number 12 was you were buying the assets that they have. Number 13, you're buying their audience. And so oftentimes as you buy your competition using this strategy, you can go out and buy somebody who's got, 4,000 followers on Facebook, buy them for a couple of $1,000s. Now you've got their audience that you can sell to, and you can sell your products. You can sell your products to their audience and vice versa. Next, license your materials internationally. My guess is you probably only speak 3 or 4 languages. So why not get other people teaching your content in other languages where you're taking a set of flat fees each month plus a percentage of the business that they get from selling your product in their language: Spanish, Portuguese, French, Mandarin. You start looking, it gets really interesting really quickly. Number 15 is train the trainer programs, where you can take, if you've got a replicable system where you're training people how to do this, you know it works, you can bring people in, train them to go and teach your system to other people. So this can be done through a certification program, which is not my favorite way to do this, or they actually become a part of your delivery team and you sell them to other people. So let's say you've got a leadership course. You can then have 5 different people going out and teaching companies your leadership course to them, and you take a piece of every time that gets taught. Number 16, speaking of companies, you can license what you teach to companies for their internal training departments. So let's imagine you've got a course portal over here that's got your whole course. You can go in and sell this to IBM, for example, and then they make that open to their people. You probably have to go and record 5 or 6 new videos. Hey, IBM, so glad to be here. Got this course that's amazing, and you learn so much. And maybe you have to modify a couple of them to be consistent with IBM's policies, or referring to some manual that they've got or something like that. But this way, you're able to then you're basically selling seats. And so they've got 2,000 people they're going to run through your program. You get paid every year for 2,000 people taking your program. A great way to do this. It's a long process and a difficult process to make the sale, but once you make the sale, it just pays you forever. Speaking of that, let's speak. Let's go do paid speaking gigs. Either you or your team. It can be corporate, it can be association, it can be conferences, all kinds of things. 18, write that book. So oftentimes you hear me say, I don't want you to write a book until you got 1 million people in your audience. Okay, now we got 1 million people in our audience. Now let's go write your book. This gives people an inexpensive way to join your world from the very beginning. Plus, those people who join from reading your book, some of them are going to ascend. And you may just find after 2 or 3 years that you've got a bunch of people in your high-end program who started by paying $20 for a book. What I've just given you is 18 different ways to take your current audience, and sell them more stuff. So it's diversification by sticking to your knitting. Now let's talk about non-related diversification options. So these are ones where you're not going to your existing audience, but you're opening up new worlds to yourself. So number 1, and the most important one here, is to take some money off the table. If people who have their entire fortune, it resides in their own company, are oftentimes making a really stupid mistake, because if that company ever goes south, all that money gets taken off the table by someone else. Wouldn't it be nice to take it off the table yourself and put it into investments? Stock market, bond market, all those kinds of things, real estate. Maybe you become an angel investor or higher up, get up higher up in the investing scheme. All of these are ways that you can take money out of your offer and your company and start sharing and start making money and getting unrelated income from other market opportunities. And then there is the one that we oftentimes think about, which is an unrelated side project. So once your company is running as smooth as a machine, maybe this is the time to pursue that passion that you always had, that maybe you didn't do because you didn't think it'd be as profitable, but hey, this one's producing a bunch of profit. Maybe I can go and work on that other thing. And so this is where you go and look at other projects. Then number 21 is the whole range of other options that most people think about when they think about diversifying their business. It can be e-commerce. It can be SaaS. It can be affiliate marketing. It can be services. It can be starting an agency. All these different things to a different market, not to your current market. So notice in priority order, this is 21st in order, is to go off and try to create something with a brand new market. But it should be on the list. You should think about it. But it's probably a lot easier and more profitable to stick to your knitting and focus on stuff that your current audience also wants. So when I look at business, I like to have a diversified business with a course, coaching, consulting, maybe done for you and an agency, an e-commerce opportunity, some kind of thing, some content that's monetized by ads, and then they personally are investing so that they can diversify themselves into a whole bunch of other markets, businesses, and audiences. So that's my recommendation to you. I recommend you diversify your revenue streams. Hey, it's just a good idea. What are you doing right now to diversify? Are you sticking to your knitting? Are you doing something else? Let me know in the comments. This is Don Crowther saying, just go do this stuff.